maximizing your height during growth. In this section, we're going to be covering ways to impact your height positively and negatively and what really factors into your height, that end product. Now, we spoke about that fusion that occurs, and this is going to be methods and things that you want to look out for prior to that fusion. So if you're already too late, this section is not going to be too insightful, but still, it is good stuff to know about. For instance, growth hormone. Growth hormone is going to be responsible for this naturally produced hormone, which is actually done by your pituitary gland, and it's essential for children's normal growth, the development, and regulating your height and muscle and bone development, okay? The estimated impact of your height growth from growth hormone is going to be 30%. It's a pretty big number, and the impact especially is going to be greater for those with growth hormone deficiencies, right? Some people are naturally born with genetics that are going to limit the growth hormone, which is why you'll find very short people actually taking this stuff, because it's likely that it's caused by their pituitary gland not producing this hormone properly. And for those that have normal growth hormone levels, which is likely going to be you, the viewer, and me, the necessity and the effectiveness of additional growth hormone treatment can vary. It's not going to do anything for you. People that take HGH is not going to do anything for them if this fusion has already occurred, but we're talking about prior to that, it can vary. Some people, especially with normal levels, are not going to see too much change. In cases of growth hormone deficiencies or specific growth disorders, like I said, doctors can prescribe synthetic growth hormones to mimic the body's natural growth process. It's crucial to recognize that this growth hormone therapy is only most effective during your early childhood, right? Because there's a huge correlation between that of your age and when your plates fuse. And as children, the potential for significant height increase through this method decreases as time goes on. So if you're a viewer and you're watching this and you're, above the age of 16, this therapy is not going to do too much for you. We're not talking about a lot of inches here. And the effectiveness of the growth hormone therapy is going to diminish as a result. And due to the complexities, of course, and the potential risks associated with this therapy, it's imperative to undergo this treatment under strict medical supervision, right? Everything with a doctor. You have to have a healthcare provider, overseeing everything, seeing if it's a safe option for you or if it's even suitable. You can't just go out of your way and just get it because I mentioned it being that of a huge additive for your height. But it's a good thing to know, okay? And then nutrition, right? That's the next most important thing I would say. And it's not more so gonna give you more height. It's gonna maximize whatever's left of your plates. And your diet has to include proteins, vitamins like A, D, and B12. These are all going to help you with your bones, your muscles, etc. And of course, proteins. These are all going to be building blocks. How do you expect your body to reach its maximum potential if it doesn't have the right building blocks to support it? So 25%, we're talking about a 25% here impact on your height if you completely neglect these vitamins. Now, it's very hard to do so in this day and age. So even if your diet's really bad, I doubt that you're going to be putting on 25%, but still, adequate nutrition is vital for your children or for you to reach your genetic height potential, forming a significant part of the growth process, all right? We can't really negate this. And yeah, this is very, very important, especially during your childhood and your adolescence, because it can lead to stunted growth and other health issues. If you want more advice on nutrition, you can go ahead and check out that section alone. We have a whole section for that on Mogwords for a reason. Definitely not something you want to oversee despite its impact on height. It's very important for everything else. Now we have sun exposure. You probably weren't expecting that, but it is tied to vitamin D, and that's even in your nutrition. So for that reason, it's in this section, and it's going to impact your height by 8%, okay? It's kind of like Superman. Vitamin D is crucial for your bone health, but there's a direct impact on height. It's a part of a broader nutritional context. So really essential in general for your growth. When it comes to avoiding substances, this is going to go hand in hand with that of maximizing your potential here, especially during your growing years. It's very, very important to avoid harmful substances like tobacco, alcohol, illicit drugs, etc. These substances can actually negatively impact your growth and overall health, not just your height. And the impact is going to be that of 10%. So avoiding such isn't going to give you 10% more height. It's just going to help you, reach your potential. And the avoidance of growth inhibiting substances is more about preventing negative impacts rather than boosting your growth. So yeah, if you're taking substances and you want to optimize your growth, you have to quit immediately, okay? It's not even a question. It's also for your health. And then we have sleep. Sufficient sleep is very important for healthy growing children and adults. And during deep sleep, your body actually releases this growth hormone that we spoke about earlier, which is very much important for your tissue and bone development. It's quality, not quantity. So it's not about, how long you're sleeping, but rather the quality of your sleep. Are you sleeping at the right times? Are you having the right habits? Are there any disruptions? all of these can actually hinder growth hormone secretion as a result. And irregular sleeping schedules, sleep disorders like insomnia and sleep apnea, and even screen time before bed can impair your sleep quality and as a result impact your height. Sleep's influence on your height is actually pronounced during the critical growth phases like puberty. So if you're not getting enough sleep during your puberty, this will have a bigger impact on your growth height potential. Your parents should actually instill good sleeping habits early on. So, if you don't have it down, it's not entirely your fault, but make sure that your children are getting the right stuff. And individuals can actually establish sleep routines to optimize their growth potential. Having a schedule, following a regular bedtime, etc. can actually help you with that, of getting towards a more comfortable sleeping environment, and avoiding stimulating activities before bed is definitely going to help you too. So estimated impact is going to be that of 20%. Getting the right sleep is going to help you get that 20%, but if you're not getting the right sleep now, definitely work on improving that kind of quality. And then we have physical activity, right? Exercising, especially HIIT, which is high interval training. However, the direct link between HIIT or HIIT and increased height is not, conclusively proven. So I'm going to give it a 5% as a result. So exercise is going to help you a lot for your overall health and filling out your frame, but is it going to really help you with your height? It's a little bit limited there. Finally, supplementation like calcium, vitamin D, taking supplements, those height supplements. It's not really ideal if you have the right nutrition down, but it's not going to give you amazing results either. It's simply not true. Just go ahead and check out the ingredients on the back and see if it co-aligns with anything that I've mentioned earlier. So it's going to be that in 3%. Just because it's not conclusive. So aromatase inhibition sounds very complicated, but in reality these inhibitors are medications that you can take. They're designed to hinder estrogen production in the body, which actually plays a role in your height growth, because as we mentioned, when there's that spike of estrogen in your body, it's going to create that fusion in your plates. It's just how the body works. So as a result, by inhibiting these with the right effectiveness, especially in boys, it can help you. There is a controversy though, because of the long-term effects and the overall health implications. You are playing with the chemical and biological properties of your body. So as a result, it's a very weird step to take here. But a rare condition, actually, aromatase deficiency, results in people that are growing a whole lot longer than they should. And they actually end up in really exceptional height. And it's not what you want to go for. You want to stay in the ideal ranges of like 6 foot to 6'4" max, okay? Of course, it's all about proportions. Estimated impact is going to be variable. As a result, I didn't put like a little table for that reason. It's going to be promising in some specific cases, but the inhibitor can actually, give you these side effects as I mentioned, so it has to go with caution and medical supervision as usual. Prescription is necessary though, so even if you're in a third world country, it's really important that you get it prescribed because of the side effects.